Hey, welcome to Scrappin' It Up. I'm Vanessa Peter, and today I wanted to come on here and show you guys this new hinge that I have come up with. I'm calling it my pocket page hinge, and it allows you to put your pocket pages like these things into any folio. Okay, so I'm calling it the pocket page hinge. It allows each one to flip, all by itself. Okay, and it does have a 1/4 inch gusset between each one. But I wanted to come on here and show you guys how to make this and how I incorporate this inside a folio. Okay, because I think you guys are really gonna like this. I hope you guys like it. But you just slide your pocket page. Drank too much coffee this morning. I'm a little bit shaky. And so that way you just put your pocket page in there and it flips freely. Okay. What inspired me to come up with this idea is I'm not only a crafter of albums, I'm also a crafter of 12 by 12 pages, okay? And I also do 8.5 by 11s. So what inspired me to make this is I wanted something to attach our 12 by 12 pages to. Once we put them in a sleeve, and I wanted to come up with an album that we could attach these into and flip through these. So that's what inspired me to come up with this hinge. So I do 12 by 12 pages. I do over at Make It Wednesdays over on Scrappin' It Up. I make these from start to finish and show you, you can watch and see how I make mine, how I go along the process of coming up with pages. Okay, so if you're interested, hop on over to my Facebook page, Scrappin' It Up, Make It Wednesdays. Okay, but that's what inspired me to come up with this, and then of course I just incorporated it into this folio. Okay, let me show you real quick, and I know most of you guys have seen this, but there will be a few of you maybe that haven't. This is a recipe album that we're making from start to finish. So I wanted to show you guys. This is what it is, okay? It allows you to put your pocket pages inside this hinge and then put it inside a folio. And see, they flip individually. That's how I wanted this to work, okay? So you can put it inside any folio that you want. It's real easy to make. But I wanted to show you guys how to make it. I want you guys to start using this, okay? The only thing that I ask, if you use this, give me credit. I don't want you taking it and saying, "Oh, look what I come up with." Because, it's important to give each crafter, where credit is due, okay? Now, I will say that this hinge is kind of a play off of Kathy Orta's Hidden Hinge. So, kudos to her, because when she came up with that hidden hinge, it changed the albums that we now make. But this is a play off of that. I just kind of tweaked it, kind of twisted it a little bit to fit what I was looking for, okay? And what I was looking for was something to attach 8.5 pages or 12 by 12 pages into an album, okay? So let's get started, ladies, because I want to show you this because I want you guys to use this, okay? All right, so you determine the size of your album, okay? Like this album is 9. So what I done with mine, I did make mine a little bit shorter than my album, okay? Totally up to you, however you want to do it, okay? So we're just going to go with 8.5, okay? We'll just say our album's 8.5. So what you're going to do, your first, you start at, score at 1 inch, okay? And then we're going to score, I got to look at this, then we're going to score at 1/4 inch, okay? Score at 1/4. Then what you're going to do is you're going to score a 1/2 and a 1/2 again, okay? And then another 1/4. So you should be at 2.5 right now, okay? So you 1/4, you start at 1 inch, do a 1/4, then you're going to do a 1/2, 1/2, 1/4, okay? So that's 1 hinge. So now we're going to do our gusset, which is 1/4 inch, okay? That's our gusset. So now you're going to do 1/4 inch again, so you should be at 3. Then you're going to do 1/2, which is 3.5, and another 1/2. And 1/4 inch, and that completes our next hinge. Now we're going to do a 1/4 for, oops, yeah, I marked the wrong one, darn it. So 1/2, 1/2, 1/4, and 1/4. Okay. So you should be 1/4, 1/2, 1/2, 1/4, that's a hinge, 1/4 for your gusset, and then 1/4, 1/2, 1/2, 1/4 is your next gusset, or your next hinge, and then your gusset. So we'll do 3 hinges or 4 hinges in here. Okay, so we just done our gusset, okay? So now we're going to do 1/4, so you should be at 4 3/4. Now we're going to do our 1/2 and our 1/2, okay? And then we're going to do our 1/4. And that completes that hinge. Now we'll do 1/4 for our gusset, okay? So we'll just do 3 hinges. Normally, I put 4 in there. You can, depending on the size of your folio, I mean, you could do several hinges if you wanted to, okay? Just totally up to you, whatever you want in your folio, all right? So, you're going to score at 1, 1 1/4, 1 3/4, 2 1/4, 2 1/2, 2 3/4, 3, 3.5, 4, 4 1/4, 4 1/2. I'm having trouble seeing my lines here. 4 3/4, 5 1/4, 5 3/4, and then score at 6 and 6 1/4. Okay. Now, if you was doing 4, you would, repeat the process again. But for the main hinge, it's 1/4, 1/2, 1/2, 1/4. And then I do a 1/4 gusset, and then the 1/4, 1/2, 1/2, 1/4 is another hinge, 1/4 gusset, okay, and then a 1/4, 1/2, 1/2, 1/4, okay. Oh, we'll just do one more hinge, okay. So 1/2, 1/2, 1/4. My gusset is 1/4, so 6 1/2, and then we'll do the 7 and 7 1/2. Okay, you end up at your 1/4 inch. Okay, because your last gusset, you won't put your last gusset in there. Okay, so now let's apply our tape, and I always flip mine over to the back. All right. So on your first 1/4 inch, that you have your inch here. So your first 1/4, let me see if I can turn on my other light. See if that helps. Okay, your actual hinge is your 1/4, half, half, 1/4. And then you do your 1/4 gusset. And then you do your 1/4, half, half, 1/4. And that's your other hinge. Then your 1/4 gusset. Okay, so your first 1 inch and then your first 1/4, you are going to apply your score pal tape. Okay, to your first 1/4 inch. Okay. Then you're going to skip your 2 halves. And this 1/4 inch is going to stick to this first 1/4 here. Then you have your gusset. So then you have your next 1/4, which is right before your 2 1/2-inch marks. Okay. So now you're going to skip half, half, 1/4, 1/4. You're going to apply your tape to the first 1/4 right before your 2 1/2 inches. Okay. I think I got my tape a little crooked. So you're going to skip half, half, 1/4, 1/4 inch gusset, and then put your tape in the 1/4 inch right before your 2 1/2 inches. Okay. All right. So now what you're going to do, your 2 1/2 inches, you're going to fold right in the middle of those 2 1/2 inches. Okay. And burnish. So right in the middle of those 2 1/2 inches, because you're going to stick this 1/4 to the 1/4 right after your 2 1/2 inches. Okay. Stick her down. Pull back. Okay. Now you're going to fold again right in between those 2 1/2 inches. Okay. Right in between those 2 1/2 inches. Take your tape off and stick it down and pull back on it. Okay. You're going to fold in between your 2 1/2 inches and burnish. Okay. And you're sticking this 1/4 down to the 1/4 right after your 2 1/2 inches. Okay. Okay, now you're folding again right on those in between those 2 1/2 inches. And stick her down. And then pull back, ladies. Okay. Okay, now you're going to pull back on these. Oops, you got to be careful because you've got that 1/4 inch gusset in there. You're just pulling back on the hinge itself. Okay. Okay, so now you have a 1/4 of an inch in between each hinge. Okay. Now what you're going to do, and of course, you know, you're going to burnish this really well because we want these to, you know, flip pretty freely. Okay, so you're going to burnish it really well. Now, the trick to this hinge is you're going to grab your scissors and we're just going to cut just a hair. I'm cutting the top of my hinge. I'm just cutting a hair off of that fold where the 2 1/2 inches where we folded. I'm cutting into this. Okay. You want to stay pretty close to the edge. There's what I cut off, ladies. Okay. So let's do our other one. The top of the hinge, the 2 1/2 inches, what you're going to do is just barely cut into that. what we're doing is we're opening up those 2/2 inches that we folded together, because there was no score pile tape on those 2/2 inches. Okay. Yeah. So that's what I cut off, just a hair, ladies. You don't want to cut off too much, because then your holes in your pocket page will show. So now what you're going to do, we're going to open this up. See, we opened up those 2/2 inches. And just lightly press and open them up. Okay. Just lightly press and open them up. Okay, now what you're going to do is I'm going to apply score pile tape to the inside of that 1/2 inch on both sides of just the inside, not the outside. I'm applying tape, staying closer to the cut edge. Okay. I'm staying closer to the cut edge, and I'm just taping the inside of those 2/2 inches that we just cut open. Okay, see? Now you can close it up, see? That's how our page attaches. Okay, so I apply the tape to the inside of the 1/2 inch. Okay, just to the inside, not the outside. All right. So now, what you will do, well, first you'd have to attach it, but I just want to show you. You stick your pocket. I take my one tape off, and I apply my page right in here. And then I take my tape off and stick her down. And see? You have that. Well, here, let's just do it. Let's just do it, ladies. Okay. Grab your pocket page. And I know it'll kind of maybe sometimes stick before you're ready for it to stick down. Stick it in that crack. Yeah. Stick it in your crack as far as you can get it. Okay. Then that side is stuck down. Then I take my tape off and stick the other side down. There. Now you have a pocket page that flips on its own hinge. Now, ain't that really cool, ladies? Ain't that cool? Okay, so you do how many ever hinges that you want. I don't know if I'd go, I don't know how far you could go up. I've never tested how far you could go up on it. Okay, so now, and of course, you know, I would probably leave at least 1.5 inches here to stick that down, because it's going to be like this, okay? So I would leave at least 1.5 inches to stick down to your folio. Now, this inch right here, you can either leave that on top and create like a little cover to protect these, you know, attach, you know, a piece of design paper to this to cover your pocket pages. Totally up to you. Or what you can do is bend it back right on that score line, and you're going to tape it down to your hinge right here. Okay, so you would tape that all down to your hinge, and then tape all this down and apply it to your folio. So let me see if I have just a folio laying around here. See, here's one that just has, I left the inch here on top, okay? And if you're going to leave an inch, I would probably score another line, like 1/8 of an inch or 1/4 of an inch to go over. You know, if you're going to use 4 pages, I would use, you know, 1/8 of an inch or 1/4 inch to allow for your thickness of your page, you know, your pocket pages, okay? So just kind of keep that in mind when if you want this as a design piece of paper to cover this or not. You want to put a gusset in here to allow for the bulk of your pocket pages, okay? So if, just for an example, pretend this pocket's not here. So if you didn't want that, you know, half that inch coming around, stick it to the back, stick it down, okay? Stick it down. Then you're going to apply all your tape, okay? And then you're going to attach it right beside, you know, here's my craft text. This is the spine of my folio. I would attach that about 1/8 of an inch away from that, okay? And then you can just freely flip through your pocket pages, okay? So that is my pocket page hinge. I hope you guys enjoy this. I hope you guys use this. If you use it, you know, please give me credit for it. Don't steal it and say you come up with it, you know, that it's your idea. Because we need to give each other, you know, credit where credit is due. Okay? Okay. That is my pocket pages. I just wanted to come on here to show you guys how to make this. And hopefully you guys will use this because it's, you know, you can use it for pocket pages. You can use it for, like I was showing, you know, 12 by 12 pages, 8.5 by 11. You can even do, you know, 4 by 4, you know, scrapbook pages and, you know, put them in a folio or even a hardback album. That's what I'm working on right now. Okay, I hope you guys have enjoyed this, and like I said, I hope you guys use this, and I hope you guys, hey, have a great day. Okay, keep scrapping. Bye-bye, guys.